Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Hope you're having a fantastic day. This is going to be a Raid Shadow Legends video about the worst progress mission, in my opinion. I'll show you what players are saying about it based on some polling I've done on my channel. We'll talk about why this is a problem and some of the numbers and math behind it. And then I'll also talk about how I would change it and how I think Plarium could adjust things like this to make a much better environment for people enjoying and thus wanting to play Raid for longer term. Let's get into it. Alrighty, now I have finished my progress missions, and when you do, it will look like this, and you will get Ramantu as a champion, which, by the way, I do actually really like Ramantu. I think I like him a little bit more than most people in the raid community that have him, and I do plan on doing a video on him very soon, and I have done the infographic and everything already. I've recorded some footage, and I do want to get that out here on the channel very soon, doing a deep dive into Ramantu, because I think he is a pretty cool champion, but he is the reward for finishing all 7 phases of the progress missions. And based on some polling that I've done over on the community tab of the channel, you'll see that I asked, do you currently have Ramantu Drake's Blood, the reward for finishing the progress missions? And actually, this completely blew my mind. This shocked me that 16% of my viewers have Ramantu. That is absolutely insane, because I guarantee you less than 1% of the player base has Ramantu, probably way less than 1% of the player base. So it kind of shows you how long I've been doing content and how some of the viewers that I have here on the channel tend to lean towards the end game, because I think if you have gotten Ramantu, you're probably pretty into the end game at that point, because you've had to complete the toughest progress missions that I'm going to talk about here was the point of this video. But the main reason I wanted to pull this up was I noticed when I did this poll and I asked this, not only is the percentage a lot higher than I thought it would be, but a lot of the people that have not finished, they're all saying the same thing. They're saying, I'm like most people, almost impossible to move up in Tag Team Arena. I know it's meant to be hard, but they need to help us get along if they expect us to get the progress missions done in the game. Cannot for the life of me break into Gold 1 Arena. The quality of teams in Silver 4 is crazy. Been stuck for months and never will. I cannot get out of 3v3 Silver for 2 years into the game. So I saw a very common theme of just everyone saying the same thing and having the same experience. So I know this is a big problem, and that's why I thought it warranted a deeper discussion to help bring awareness, to help hopefully get Plarium to do something about this progress mission, because I think it is an awful one. And it's a little bit difficult to get a screenshot to actually show you what the mission looks like, but this is an example of what it will look like. So this is in tier 6. You can see down here, part 6 out of 7. And then we've got this person stuck on the tag arena mission, reach silver 3. Now, as you progress into tier 7, the last tier of getting Ramantu, one that switches from 6 out of 7 to 7 out of 7, that will say reach gold 1 in tag arena instead of silver 3. So it's not even silver 4, it's you got to get into gold. You got to get into gold 1 to complete your progress missions, and I would say the vast majority of the player base feels like that is a massive bottleneck, and it's the worst one to try and complete. And the reason that this ends up occurring is if you go into the tag team arena and then you go under tiers on the left side, you get a breakdown of the player base and how many players are in each tier. Now, I've talked about this in a few videos, but if this is your first time here on the channel or watching me talk about this topic, the problem and why this ends up being so horribly difficult is because these tiers in the tag team arena, they have flat number player limits, and look how low they are. 7,000 people in gold 1, and then above that you've got like another, what is this, 10,000. So you've got like 15, 16 something thousand people in the world. It's not even like region specific. It's not like North America or Europe or whatever. It's the whole world. It's one server, everyone that plays raid, and you're down to like 15 or 16,000 people that are even eligible to get in there and finish that tag team arena mission. And that's not even counting the fact that getting in there as a new player, you've got all of these established endgame players like me and like some of the other content creators, you know, they're in some of these top clans that are taking all of those slots in gold, hundreds and thousands of people that are already established and already filling those slots, it makes it harder and harder the longer that raid is out as a game for new people to crack into those tiers and get into gold, as well as the players that are already established in there. And I really sympathize with the players that are dealing with this when it comes to the progress missions, because I've been playing since day one, and I've been a content creator who is super dedicated to the game on a daily basis for coming up on 4 years here pretty soon. I've spent over $10,000 on the game, and so I have all of that stuff working for me, and it's hard for me to farm in gold. It's hard for me to get in there. The teams are very tough. I've been in gold 4 a few times and semi recently, but I don't like to stay there because the teams are insane, and it's hard for me to farm like during CVC and stuff. So I usually like to float around like gold 2 and gold 3, but even the teams in gold 1 are a challenge, and it's difficult for me given all of the different parameters that I laid out for you. So in terms of new players trying to get into that gold 1 tag team arena tier, it just becomes almost impossible because of the flat player base scaling. So I want to switch to showing you how the PvP ranks work in another game that I've played. I actually come from the StarCraft universe. That was my first voyage into being a gamer and a content creator. I was really deep in the StarCraft community and trying to be a competitive player. And if you'll see how StarCraft does it, they've got the highest rank here of Grandmaster, and it's that the highest one does have a flat number of players. I believe it's actually 200 per server, and you see that they've got like the 1,000 players usually in these different ladders, and it was I think they had 5 servers of 200 people being grandmasters. So you'd have like North America would have 200 grandmasters, Europe would have 200, Asia or Korea, South America, they had like these 5 different servers that would all have a flat number of grandmasters. But after that, they scaled it based on the percentage of the players in the game. So you see, like for master tier currently, it'd be the top 4% of players, and then diamond would be top 21%, and it kind of scales back so that it can grow and evolve and mold with the current landscape of how many players are in the game. It will be able to adapt with that instead of just being a flat number. So if I were going to structure the tag team arena, the way that I would do it is I would add platinum tier above gold 4, and I would probably have it be like yeah, 2,500 is probably fair. 2,500 or 5,000 people would be up in the highest tier of platinum arena, and I would make that a flat number, but I wouldn't tie that at all to the progress missions that people are trying to complete in their Raid Shadow Legends experience. And then I would scale every single other tier, gold 4, gold 3, gold 2, gold 1, and all the way down. I would scale it based on a percentage. So you'd have like that flat 5,000 people or whatever that are in platinum. Those are the most elite people in the world in the tag team arena. And then like gold 4 would be like top 1%. Gold 3 would be like top 3%. Gold 2 would be like top 7%. Gold 1 would be top 10%. So like everybody who's in the top 10% would be up in gold tag team arena. But then on top of that, I would change the progress mission to not be tier specific, like we see them do with some of the progress missions that are in relation to tournament points or event points. It just says earn 10,000 event points, earn 15,000 tournament points, and it doesn't tell you you have to farm Dragon 25 or you have to farm Spider 25. It just says earn the points, and that's what the progress mission should change to. This should not be reach silver 3 in the tag team arena. This should be win win 50 tag arena matches or something. It shouldn't matter the tier, whether you're in gold 4 or you're in bronze 1. Win 50 tag team arena matches, and boom, you complete your mission and you move on. And then it would still reward people for being dedicated and progressing in the game, but it would give them a path. I mean, the tag team arena is already hard. I mean, people show me screenshots in like bronze tag team arena with these people that have fallen down. They've got Siffy and Krisk and Tormund and Candrafon and Duchess, and it's just crazy teams. So I think just let people do it like the tournaments and events. They're already doing PvP, and they're already incentivized to get more rewards, get more gold bars, get more CVC points. The incentive is already there to climb up, and you will really remove the sour taste from the player base's mouth when they're trying to complete these missions and progress and enjoy playing the game, which means they will play longer, and it's a win-win for Plarium, because the longer people play, the higher the odds that they'll end end up spending more money and contribute to the word of mouth advertising and all of that. So I really don't understand why this can't be fixed and why this can't be adjusted in a way where it's a win-win for both the game and the players. So anyway, that's my hot take for the day here, discussing the tag team arena and why I really dislike this specific progress mission and why I want to start a dialogue and give this feedback to Plarium and really start a discussion around this topic. But yeah, it would mean a lot if you remember to subscribe and like the video on your way out, and I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace.